Game changer. Tennis stars demand reform. The Grand Slam revolution is here. Tennis racket and ball fire. A rally that shook the world of tennis. In the serene elegance of tennis, where precision meets grace, an unprecedented storm is brewing. The world of professional tennis is facing what insiders are calling the Grand Slam revolution, a united call from top players demanding sweeping reforms in the structure of the sport's biggest tournaments. This is not just a ripple, it is a seismic shift. Stars across generations are speaking up about prize money fairness, player welfare, scheduling, and inclusivity. What started as a quiet conversation in locker rooms has now become a global movement, and the world of tennis will never be the same again. The catalyst for change. The Grand Slam tournaments, Wimbledon, Roland Garros, the US Open, and the Australian Open, have long been the crown jewels of tennis. They are the pinnacle of achievement for players. But for many, these tournaments are also battlegrounds for fairness and equality. Players have voiced concerns about several systemic issues. Prize money disparities between early and later rounds. Overly grueling schedules with minimal rest days. Lack of input from players in tournament decisions. Unequal treatment of men's and women's events in certain areas. The spark came after the 2025 French Open, when a group of high-profile players including Novak Djokovic, Iga Swiatek, Carlos Alcaraz, Coco Gauff, and Aryna Sabalenka spoke openly about reform during press conferences. Their words resonated worldwide, sparking a wave of discussion across sports media. The players speak out. Novak Djokovic, a veteran voice for reform. Djokovic, with his decades of dominance and deep experience, was among the first to speak publicly about reform. "We love this sport, but it needs to evolve. Players should have more of a voice. The Grand Slams must be more than tournaments, they must be experiences that respect athletes' health and careers." Iga Swiatek, a champion for fairness. Swiatek, fresh from her third Grand Slam title, added, "We're not just asking for change. We're demanding it. The sport must adapt for the next generation." Coco Gauff, the voice of the new generation. Gauff's candid stance has struck a chord with younger players. "We need to look beyond tradition and focus on sustainability for players and fans." Their voices united in one powerful declaration: the Grand Slam model must change. What they want, the reform agenda. The proposed reforms have been dubbed the Grand Slam revolution. Key demands include prize money restructuring. To ensure fair compensation for players eliminated early in the tournaments, not just the champions. This includes increasing early-round payouts so that lower-ranked players can sustain their careers. Player-centric scheduling. Reducing match overload during slams, ensuring adequate rest days, and adjusting match formats to prevent burnout. Greater player input. Establishing formal committees that allow players to have meaningful input on scheduling, rules, and conditions. Gender equality beyond prize money. Ensuring equal facilities, scheduling, and opportunities for both male and female players. Fan engagement and accessibility. Reforming ticketing and broadcasting to make the Grand Slams more accessible globally. The turning point, the Australian Open 2026. The movement reached a crescendo at the 2026 Australian Open, where players wore armbands reading #Grand Slam Revolution and staged a symbolic press conference after the finals. The sight of top champions united in their cause was unprecedented. The press conference was electric. "This is not protest. This is progress," Gauff declared. "We play for the fans, but we also play for fairness," Djokovic added. The moment became a viral sensation. Social media exploded with hashtags such as #GameChangerTennis, #GrandSlamRevolution, and #FairPlay. The reactions, a sport divided. The movement sparked mixed reactions. Supporters, many players, former champions, and fans praised the initiative as long overdue. The idea of putting player welfare and equality at the forefront resonated globally. Critics, some traditionalists argued the changes could disrupt the sport's legacy, diluting the prestige of Grand Slams. Tournament organizers expressed concern about logistics and finances. Tennis legends like Serena Williams voiced cautious optimism. Change is inevitable. The key is balance, preserving tradition while embracing evolution. Behind the scenes, organizers and negotiations. Behind closed doors, tournament organizers and the ATP-WTA were in intense negotiations. The players' unified stance gave them unprecedented leverage. For the first time in decades, top players were negotiating as a collective force rather than individually. Sources revealed heated discussions on prize money restructuring, scheduling reforms, and the creation of a players' council with veto power over major decisions. The cultural impact beyond tennis. The movement extended far beyond tennis. It ignited conversations about athlete rights in all sports. Comparisons were drawn to movements in football, basketball, and track athletics, where players demanded better working conditions and greater voice. Fans rallied behind the movement, viewing it as part of a broader fight for fairness in professional sports. Social media reactions were overwhelming. This is the future of sport. The players aren't just champions, they're leaders. Respect goes both ways, players and tournaments grow together. The Grand Slam Revolution Blueprint. The movement coalesced into a formal proposal, the Grand Slam Revolution Blueprint, outlining actionable reforms. Key elements included transparent prize money distribution, mandatory rest days for players, annual player-organizer summit, equal treatment of men's and women's events, fan-centric engagement policies. The first victory, Wimbledon 2027. Wimbledon 2027 marked the first Grand Slam under the reformed model. Changes included rest days between rounds, increased early round payouts, equal scheduling for men's and women's matches, player representation in decision-making. Voices from the movement. Arina Sabalenka. This isn't about politics. It's about fairness, respect, and sustainability. The Grand Slam revolution is about protecting the sport we love. Carlos Alcaraz. We have the opportunity to change the sport forever. This is our moment. Coco Gauff. The legacy, what this means for tennis. The Grand Slam revolution is more than a reform movement, it is a cultural shift. It redefines the relationship between players, tournaments, and fans. It's a move toward a more sustainable, fair, and fan-friendly future for tennis. Future generations will look back on this as the moment tennis players took control of their sport, reshaping its most prestigious tournaments to align with the values of the modern era. What comes next? While Wimbledon 2027 was a milestone, the movement is far from over. The Grand Slam revolution is evolving into an ongoing dialogue, one that will define the future of tennis. Players are calling for continued reforms in areas such as mental health support, environmental sustainability of tournaments, and digital fan engagement. The movement has set a precedent. Players are no longer just participants in the sport, they are stakeholders, decision-makers, and change-makers. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like and share. Till next time.